Alright guys, it's Christmas Eve and we got madness for this NFL playoff picture going into Sunday. Yup, it's the NFL Week 16 Sunday preview. We've got some big games. We've also got some tank bowls. I'll sort it all out for you guys. Let's go. NFL Week 16 Sunday preview starts right now. Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 16 Sunday preview. And yes, of course, I guess kind of Merry Christmas Eve. Yep, it is Christmas Eve. And we have a bunch of games. Yeah, no, only 10 actually because of tomorrow. But 10 games going on this Christmas Eve. Of course, also a Sunday, which is pretty cool. But we'll talk about the pregame shows, then we'll talk about the NFL playoff picture. But either way, NFL Game Day morning, we'll start it. It started an hour ago on NFL Network. So, yeah, it'll go up until noon. Probably going to do some shenanigans there. And also, again, NFL Network also has the NFL Holiday Classic tonight. Because, again, no Sunday Night Football. That was yesterday. They had their doubleheader holiday thing. So, NFL Game Day kickoff. So, if you're looking at, like, NFL Game Day Live, if you don't have Red Zone, you watch that from, like, I don't know, what is it, 1 to 6? But at 6, there's not going to be no more NFL Game Day Live. It's just going to be NFL Game Day Kickoff, leading you up to that huge Patriots and Broncos game. I mean, not really huge, but kind of huge game at 8:15. So, yeah, just keep that in mind there. Again, NFL Game Day Live ends at 6. But either way, that other pregame show starts at 8 a.m. So, again, it was 2 hours ago. It continues their last 2 hours up until noon. What is it called? Sunday Night Football Countdown starts right now on ESPN. Fantasy Football now. Fantasy Football pregame at their normal times. Oh, yeah, Peacock. They're running all the way around. As well as ESPN2 also having their Fantasy Football Now show. Fox on Sunday, Fox on kickoff, leading you up to a huge doubleheader. The NFL today will be at noon today and tomorrow. So, again, we'll get to that again tomorrow for that Christmas preview. But at noon on CBS. So, if you're looking for that, yeah, it starts at noon. And then I think the post-game show will be on as well. But with that said, well, let's look at the playoff picture. And what is it called? Yeah, so right now, again, the minute I'm recording this, the Bills game hasn't gone on yet, and the Steelers and Bengals game, huge, obviously playoff implications, haven't gone on. But for the AFC, obviously the Ravens are the only team that have clinched. The Dolphins, Chiefs, and Jaguars lead their divisions. With the Dolphins and Bills, obviously, in probably a hunt for that Week 18 game, because I don't really see the Dolphins. Maybe they win today. We'll talk about that game, obviously. But maybe they don't go into Baltimore and win, which will be a huge game next week. But Browns, Bengals, Colts have the playoff spots. The Texans, Bills, Steelers, and Broncos are all still in the hunt. In the NFC, and then obviously the Patriots, Jets, and Titans are the teams eliminated in the AFC. The NFC, though, for Niners, Cowboys, Eagles have all clinched playoff spots. Cowboys and Eagles are, of course, running for that division. Both have games today. No, wait. Yeah, no, never mind. Eagles play tomorrow. Niners, they could actually clinch the 1 seed, ironically. If the Cowboys lose today, they don't blow it. No, wait, they're playing tomorrow. What am I saying? Still, they could actually clinch the 1 seed in the NFC, which is crazy. So, basically, if the Cowboys lose today, the Eagles lose tomorrow, and the Niners win right after them, they get the 1 seed. Because, again, there'll be 2 games up on them. They have the head-to-head. Oh, wait, no. The Lions also have to lose. My bad. Oh, yeah, the Lions have to lose, too. They have to lose. So, yeah, 4 things need to happen. But but if they win this week, it'll be a whole lot easier for Week 17. But, yeah, the Lions, they can clinch the NFC North with a win. Bucs, they can't clinch the NFC South, but they can make it very easy next week. Rams, Vikings hold the other spots. Vikings, again, they're playing the Lions. Seahawks, they need to win out. Saints, yeah, they already played. Falcons and Packers, the other teams in it. Again, the Packers need some stuff to happen. And then the Giants, Bears are also somehow still in it, but they're not really. Panthers, Cardinals, and Commanders are all eliminated. And yeah, that's all I got for the playoff picture, guys. Let's get right into our first game, which ironically is a tank bowl. Yeah, we got the worst game of the year, the worst offensive league, the worst defensive league. It can't get any better than this, guys. It's a tank bowl. Let's go. The Commanders, of course, yeah, 4-10. They have not had the greatest season. Losers of 5 in a row, including a game last week where they benched Sam Howell for the first time. Not too surprising. Of course, with Jacoby Brissett or Brisket, Jacoby, whatever you want to call him, he came in last week. He did pretty good. Threw 2 touchdowns, threw a couple bombs to Terry McLaurin, who probably had his best game of the season last week. But with all that said, their defense is still trash, the worst in the league. They're terrible. They need a new defensive coordinator. They need a whole entire new coaching staff. But similar to the Jets, yeah, the Jets they haven't had the greatest season. Obviously, they're using the Aaron Rodgers Week 1 catastrophe as an excuse for having a head coach Robert Saleh, who should just go right back to the Niners, their DC. Of course, they've got a defense that's, they should just give up, and an offense that is, well, also the worst in the league. The Jets got shut out last week. Not great there. Of course, they're 5-9. They've lost, 7 out of their last 8? Something like that. Wait, no, not 7. 6 out of their last 8, if I'm not mistaken, and obviously their season's 6 out of their last 7, and if I'm not, their season's also over. But looking at the announcers for this football game, you will have my bad. The game will be on CBS and Plus and Paramount Plus too. So yeah, it's on CBS. So of course, if you don't remember, back in Week 16 of 2021, or not New Year's. No, it wasn't. It was the day after New Year's. So day after Christmas. There was another tank bowl. The Jags, who had a young quarterback similar to the Commanders, came into the MetLife, and that game was actually pretty good. But obviously, with no Zach Wilson, I doubt this game will be similar. But whatever. Looking at the announcers, you've got no, that isn't right. There we go. Spiriditas, Adam Archuleta, and Aditya Kingabala, and obviously it is a C game. Looking at it, it will be in yellow. You've got most of the DC and Baltimore and Maryland area, and then you also have part of, oh God, you've got this area up north in what is it called? New York, Connecticut, and then also I don't even know, is that New Jersey? Something like that. The weather in East Rutherford, it's going to be 46 degrees. Really no wind, nothing really at all, mostly cloudy. It's going to be a pretty gloomy day for this game. And it's not surprising because both these teams suck. They also played in Tank Bowl back in 2019 in, what is it called, at FedEx Field, where the Jets were able to win 34-17. It was actually a pretty surprising game between two rookie quarterbacks. But Trevor Siemian is not a rookie quarterback. So, yeah, with that said, let's get right to the Commanders. And for the Commanders, Sam Howell, quarterback, Jacoby Brissett is his backup. Brian Robinson Jr. will be out. Antonio Gibson will start. He'll be the only back. They're not giving the ball. Wait, maybe Chris Rodriguez Jr. gets a couple carries. He was okay. Terry McLaurin, John Dotson, Curtis Samuel, receiver, Dax Mills, Curtis Hodges, Braden Daniels, Ricky Stromberg. Wait, Mitchell Tinsley. I've not heard of this dude. Oh, he's at Penn State. That's where I heard it from. Whatever. Curtis Brooks, David Bada, F.A. Bada. Oh, Bada, my bad. Shaq and Tony, Dejon Harris, Jamin Davis, Jeremy Reeves, Derek Forrest are all on IR. With Logan Thomas, John Bates, tight end. Alex Arma is their fullback. Two of their starting offensive linemen are both out. Cornelius Lucas, Chris Paul, Nick Gates, Sam Cosby, Andrew Wiley rounding out that offensive line, though. What is it called? I was going to say James Smith-Williams and Casey Tua are both off the edge with Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne at defensive tackle, Khaliki Hudson, Cody Barnes, David Mayo, linebacker, Kendall Fuller, Benjamin St. Just, and Jartavius Martin are their corners. Percy Butler's questionable. Terrell Butler behind him. Kendrick Curl is strong safety. He's really the only good player on defense now. Outside of the two DTs. Whatever. Joey Sly, Tress Blair are their kicker and their punter. Our returner is basically just Jameson Crowder, and Antonio Gibson is also the returner. For the Commanders, my bad for the Jets, what am I saying? Zach Wilson is not playing, he's concussed. Trevor Siemian will start. Brett Rippon, please let him in, that would be so funny. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is out for the rest of the season, even though he's no longer on IR. Israel Abanikanda is questionable. Dwayne Brown is also questionable, the left tackle, but he's their backup. Wes Schweitzer, Connor McGovern, T.J. Uzama, Ifedi Odiingbo, Quentin Jefferson, Malik Hall, Al Woods, Bradley and Nye, Zaire Brown, Barnes, Chuck Clark, Jalvin Guidry, all on IR, with Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook in the backfield, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Xavier Gibson at receiver, Tyler Conklin at tight end, Jeremy Rucker at tight end, Mekhi Becton, Lincoln Tomlinson, Joe Tippmann, Max Mitchell, and Carter Warren across the offensive line. Jonathan Kamara is questionable. Bryce Huff is his backup, but yeah, he's a beast. As well as Jermaine Johnson. Quentin Williams, how many sacks does he have? He has 3.5. Oh yeah, he's not as good this year. Solomon Thomas, I know he's actually been pretty good with 5. We have Jeremy Sherwood, CJ Mosley, Quincy Williams at linebacker, Sauce, Michael Carter, and DJ Reed at corner. Jordan Whitehead's questionable. Ashton Davis will probably start at strong safety. Tony Adams, decent tackler, but like he's definitely better at free safety. As well as Greg Zerline and Thomas Morstead at the kicker and punter spot. Your returner obviously is Xavier Gibson, and Thomas Hennessy is your long snapper. Alright, Commanders offense, Sam throwing for over 300 yards. That would be nice. Also, just a bounce back there. Brian Robinson Jr. isn't playing, so I guess just get it to Antonio Gibson out of the backfield. And Terry for over 150 yards and 2+ touchdowns. Big day. the Commanders' Jets defense, again, I can't really imagine will be too challenging for him, again, in the secondary, to, what is it called, break free on some of those routes. It's not like he'll actually beat him over the top, because, again, Sauce playing press on him, that ain't happening, but at least he'll be able to break open a couple times. Defensively, worst versus worst, so you can't get worse. I mean, can you? Again, if you're playing the worst, how do you get worse than that? Like, you're the worst, they're the worst, like, someone's got to give there. Time for the Jets. And then, like, for the Jets' offense, too, it's the worst offense versus the worst defense. How are you supposed to, like, play worse? Like, it's, again, something has to give it that spot. But defensively, find ways to make Sam Howell try to create back over the middle in routes to forcing turnovers. Obviously, the Rams did that last week. Under 300 total yards allowed. Again, this Jets offense has no chance if you're giving up that many yards, which is still not a lot, but still. And under 15 points allowed. Yeah, just don't give up many points, and you might have a shot. Again, you lost 13-8, I think, last time you were home. Wait, were they home last week? Oh, no, they weren't. And then the week before that, oh, they were home. Never mind. You can give up as many points as you want. No, you should be able to beat this Commanders offense. All I got for the Jets, guys. Time for an actual meaningful game. Seahawks and Titans. Ah, fudge. And Seattle travels to Nashville for their wait, how many road games do they have left? I think they have one. Yeah, so their penultimate road game of the season. They go up against the Tennessee Titans, who of course were eliminated from the playoffs last week after blowing a 13-0 lead, in which their offense scored like 6 points. Tim Kelly should be fired, but yeah, they're 5-9 coming in. Seahawks 7-7. They got a BS win last week over the Philadelphia Eagles, but nevertheless, they saved their season, and they have a shot at winning out to actually get in the dance, which would be pretty crazy. Of course, Drew Lock did his thing as well, but yeah, this game has pretty big implications for them. Will Levis, though, presents some challenges for that Seattle secondary. This game will be at 1 o'clock on CBS, as well as NFL Plus and Paramount Plus. Should be a pretty decent game to watch. Looking at the announcers, though, it will be Andrew Catalon, Tiki Barber, Matt Ryan, AJ Ross. So, of course, the group that called that Chris Myers missed field goal back in week 11 for the Seahawks. Looking at the map, it will be in green, so you got the whole entire West Coast getting this game. Fizzling into Arizona. You also have the Nashville area, so pretty decent part of the country will be getting this game. And then we're looking at the weather in Nashville. 66 degrees, cloudy, 9-mile-per-hour winds. Perfect. Come on, Titans, get this freaking one. I need you to. But looking at the last time these two teams played, that was back in 2021 in Seattle, where the Titans won 33-30. It was in overtime. Derrick Henry ran all over the Seahawks. I have a hard time imagining he'll do that again, considering he ran for, like, what was it, 0.1 yard, something like that. He did a really bad game last week, but maybe he bounces back. Time for the Seahawks starting lineup. And for the Seahawks, Gino, quarterback, Kenneth Walker, K9 is questionable, Zach Charbonnet also there, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN, receiver, D. Eskridge is out, Noah Fant, Kobe Parkinson, Will Dissly, tight end, Nick Valor is their fullback, Charles Cross, Damian Lewis, Evan Brown's questionable, this dude is the backup, as well as Andy Bradford and Abraham Lucas at the other guards and tackle spots. Phil Haynes is on IR, as well as Mike Morris, Sherrell Bumpus, Joshua Winyonwa, I don't know if it's that, Drake Thomas, Uchenna Nwosu, Jared Greed II, and Andrew Whitaker. Those guys are on IR. Draymond Jones, Jaron Reed, and Leonard Williams across the defensive line. Brian Monigan is out. Boyle Mafe, Derek Hall, Frank Clark's also out, and Gerald Taylor off the edge. Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks are their linebackers, as well as Devon Witherspoon being questionable, and Trey Brown. Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant, Rick Bowman will be at corner, as well as Connor Diggs and Julian Love. Jamal Adams is out. Why is he out? Knee. All right. He's been bad in coverage this year, so not too surprised there. Jason Myers is their kicker, their punters. Michael Dixon, D. Eskridge is out. Zach Charbonnet behind him, as well as DJ Dallas and Chris Stoll at long snapper. And meanwhile for Tennessee, Will Levis is questionable. Ryan Tannehill is his backup. Derrick Henry, Tajay Spears in the backfield. Bro, Derrick Henry, please pop off, man, especially after last week. Hassan Haskins, Kyrus Jackson, Nick Westbrook, Ikene, something like that. Nicholas Petit-Frere, Chris Hubbard, Kyle Pecco, Shaquille Brown, Joe Jones, Chance Campbell, Amani Hooker, Christian Fulton, Ryan Stonehouse, Julius Chestnut. I think I said him. They got a lot of guys who are hurt. DeAndre Hopkins, Treylon Burks, Chris Moore, their best receiver, Kyle Phillips. I'm joking, but he's out. Chizagagwo. Oh my god. That's a lot of guys on who are questionable at tight end. Kevin Rader's the only healthy dude, though. I swear he's a long snapper. I guess he's not, but yeah, I swear he is a long snapper. Whatever. Jalen Duncan, Peter Skoronski, Aaron Brewer, Daniel Brunskill are both questionable. Dylan Raditz, Corey Levin are the backups there as well. Oh my god. They don't have a tackle. I guess Andre Dillard might play. He's been so bad. Like, I'm sorry. He's just a straight up freaking bust at this point. Jeffrey Simmons is out as well as T.K. McLendon Jr.'s out. Marlon Davidson, who's also a bust, could start. Wasn't he like a second-round pick? He was a second. Oh, holy crap, that was a bad pick. Julio Johnson, Nico Autry, the other guys, as well as General Landry, Arden Key, Rashad Weaver, Travis Gibson off the edge. Luke Gifford's out as well as Jack Gibbons, Garrett Wallow, and Aziz Al-Shire at linebacker. Sean Murphy-Bunting's out. Roger McCurry, Trey Avery, and Eric Gayor will probably start. Caleb, I mean, maybe you see Anthony Kendall. I'm going to say maybe. Yeah, this guy played for some random college. Caleb Farley's out, though. Elijah Molden, Terrell Edmonds could start with Kayvon Wallace being out, though. Nick Falk is your kicker. Your punter's Ty Zentner. Zetner. I don't know who this dude is. Eric Garor. Like, bro, who is this dude? He's a stud. I get that. Like, this dude's been awesome. But, like, damn. Either way, though, Tyjae Spears, Kyle Phillips is out, as well as Morgan Cox doing your long snapping. For the Seahawks, start Drew Lock. Yeah, just do it. Your offenses look better with him. JSN, 5+ targets outside the numbers. Yeah, he's looked really good there the past couple weeks. I think that's how you're going to get your big plays. Set up some deep bomb play action shots for Tyler Lockett. Again, Drew Lock throwing an arm punt is better than, again, just not taking those. And Damian Lewis with a 95+% run block win rate, which is insanely high. But if he's able to do that, it'll make it a lot easier on this offensive line to move guys to the second level. Defensively, continue to manipulate the quarterback's pre-snap read, of course, making him throw underneath like he thinks he's hot, but he really isn't. Stuff like that, guys. Will Levis is not going to really go off of it. He's a very disciplined quarterback this year because, again, he's young. He doesn't want to take too many risks. As well as Derrick Henry, under 40 rushing yards. Unlike last time you guys played him, he torched you. And Julian Love with a Christmas 6, because that keeps you in the playoff race. Please don't do any of this, though, because I want you guys to lose. Time for the Titans. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, Will Levis given the Tennessee faithful a present for next year. I guess kind of 350+ yards, 4+ touchdowns, and a W. I don't care if he does these two things. I mean, that would be nice, but a win would be the biggest thing. Defensively, somebody stepping up in the A gap and breaking leverage to maintain small gaps. Of course, that being guys like, I don't freaking know, Nico Autry. Their run fits don't have to be anything crazy, but if he can simply just, again, get off blocks or just simply like overpower some of these what is called guards, or like Anthony Bradford, for example, it would be a lot easier for some of these guys to make tackles because again the holes won't be as big because again he's simply just overcoming the leverage. Double DK Metcalf, he'll make big plays if you don't. And outside leverage by the corners on the outside on the boundary on third down, because if they don't do that, they're gonna get that's where the Drew Lock's gonna try to pull footballs because again he's not very accurate outside of that. So yeah, kind of just like do something there. Time for the Colts and Falcons now. And the Colts travel to Atlanta. Wait. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's back. My bad. But yeah, they travel to Atlanta looking to get in a really good spot to make the playoffs, of course. They probably have to win out to really be safe, but maybe they get it at 10-7. No, they're going to probably win out. Either way, though, they're 8-6 coming into it, of course, off a massive win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. 30-13 was the final in that one. They are, like, really hot. They've won, 5 out of their last 6, something like that. Falcons, on their end, they're not very hot. Of course, before that, since that 2-game winning streak they had over the Saints and the Jets, not very good teams. They ended up losing. I mean, who did they lose to 2 weeks ago? I'm just like going brain dead on that. They lost to they lost to the Bucs at home, where they usually again pretty ridiculous games like that, and then they lost to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, I'm actually saying their name because they won a game. But the Falcons they're really falconing right now, guys. They're 6-8. They suck. 2-game losing streak. They're going back to Taylor Heineke, quarterback. It ain't fun to be a Falcons fan right now. But they're technically still in the playoff race. The game is at 1 o'clock on Fox. The Fox Sports app and NFL Plus are your streaming services for this game. Colts, please put the hammer on the Falcons and also keep your playoff hopes alive. Looking at it though, it's in where is it? Oh, it's all the way up here. Here we go. Adam Mead, Mark Schlereth, Christina Pink. So it is technically a B game, but not really. It's kind of like the C game. Whatever. No, this is actually probably the B game. Cubs Media, Bill Roninsky and Brian Boldinger will be calling this football game. Looking at the map, it will be in. That's the wrong one. There we go. Oh yeah, no game. Texans are enforcing a blackout. That's nice. But it's in Wait, why? That's so. Oh, never mind. That's a national game. Yeah. If you're living here and you want to watch one of these other games, I'm sorry, bro. Just watch the Texans game. But for the Colts, it will be in blue. You got like all the southeast outside of Florida, and then also like the Indy and Cincinnati area. That's very random. That's what's I should not what is called Indiana, but like this area. That's what's gonna be getting this game. But with all that said, obviously the Colts last time they played the Falcons was back in 2019. It was in Indy, and the Colts won 27-24. It was actually a pretty thrilling game. I think the Falcons came to that game on a losing streak. No, wait, yeah, no, that was in week 3. It's been a long time, like over 4 years. But with all that said, time for the Colts starting lineup. All right, Brandy Gardner at quarterback, Sam Ehlinger his backup, Anthony Richardson, Ashton Dolan, Isaiah McKenzie, Jake Witt, Danny Pinter, Jannard Avery, Titus Leo, Tony Brown, Daniel Scott, Dallas Flowers. Those guys are on IR. What did Isaiah McKenzie get suspended for? What did he do? Oh, detrimental to his team. So that it just can't be good. That's how I'll put it. JT is healthy finally. The thumb injury. Zach Moss won't play though. So Trey Sermon and Tyler Goodson. Don't forget about this dude. I never heard of him, but no wait, he played for Iowa. Oh, no, you've never heard of him, bro. If you're an Iowa running back or an Iowa receiver, I have a hard time making the league. Like that's tough because obviously everyone thinks about their tight ends because I mean they're the tight end. Like Iowa owns tight ends, but because the quarterback, like, if you don't know who a quarterback on a team is, like, that's kind of sad. But, like, the running back and the receivers for Iowa, like, no one gives a crap because they're so bad on offense. O-line, there might be it depends. They sometimes have some good guys. But, yeah, really, the, like, skill positions suck. So, Tyler Goodson, it's great you're in the league, man. Michael Pittman Jr. is questionable. DJ Montgomery, like, the yak threat we saw from last week. He'll be there as well as Josh Downs and Alec Pierce. Drew Ogletree, he's going to be a one-man show at tight end. Bernard Raymond, Quentin Nelson, Malay Cox caught a touchdown. He might do something. Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, Braden Smith is still out. Blake freaking Freeland is also there. Jack Anderson's out, though. That's, like, huge. They lost him. No, but still. Quiddy Peg, Samson Ebicom, Deo Diengbo, and Tyquan Lewis off the edge with DeForest Buckner, Tavon Bryan. The guy I still can't pronounce his name, and Grover Stewart at defensive tackle. Tavon Bryan's been so good this year. I can't overstate that. Like, the past 3 or 4 games, he's been a freaking beast up the middle. So, good for him. Again, he's a complete bust, though, but good job, I guess. Aegis Speed, Zaire Franklin, Ronnie Harrison Jr. at linebacker. Sejan Olubi is out. Kenny Moore, Juju Brents, Jalen Jones, Darrell Baker Jr. at corner. Tony Brown, I already said that. Whatever. Julian Thomas and Ronnie Thomas are. Julian Blackman, Ronnie Thomas are their safeties. Matt Gay is their kicker, their punters. Rigoberto Sanchez, Josh Downs is their returner. Luke Rhodes is their long snapper. And for ATL, Taylor Heineke at quarterback. Desmond Ritter got benched again. Bijan, Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson in the backfield. Avery Williams, Josh Alley, Matt Hennessy, Ethan Greenidge. Anakungo Ogundenji, Grady Jarrett, Troy Anderson, Ekenu, Nkukwa, Ewok, I don't know, something like that. Drake London, Kadero Hodge, Van Jefferson, receiver. He's such a bum. How many oh, God, those are not numbers. Matt Collins, Scott Miller, they're also bums. Kyle Pitts, John Smith, the tight end, or Janu Smith, my bad. Keith Smith is doubtful at fullback. Your offensive line is, as usual, outside of Caleb McGarry, because, again, he's questionable. Storm Norton, who, storms up a lot of sacks, is might play a right tackle. Plays Caleb, David Animata might play as well. Tyquan Graham is back up, as well as Albert Huggins. I thought Eddie Goldman was back. What happened to him? I thought he was supposed to be back. What the heck? What? Oh, he just simply left. Well, okay. That was a long time ago. He simply just disappeared. That's a once in a while type of occurrence there. But either way, Albert Huggins will start. Arnold Bikini, Budget Freeze, questionable. Lorenzo Carter and D'Angelo Malone also there off the edge. Nate Landman, Kane Nelson are your linebackers. AJ Terrell, Clark Phillips III. How is he the starting corner on the boundary? I really don't know. I mean, Jeff Okudah kind of got burned last week, but whatever. DeMarco Helms and Jesse Bates also at safety. Your kicker is Young Oku, your punter is Bradley Pinion. D. Alford, Cordell Patterson are your returners, and Liam McColl is your long snapper. And for the Colts, putting up 35 plus in the first half. That's how you really show you're a good team. 200 plus rushing yards on over 5 yards per attempt on the ground. Again, just having JT and the other guys just completely run it down their throats. Michael Pittman Jr. 30 plus receiving yards out of the half as well. Again, that's like third quarter. Getting a really good start there. And no field goals in the red zone. Score touchdowns, please. Defensively, though, under 20 points allowed. Yeah, you don't want to give up too many points. No Bijan, what is it called? Explosive runs. Again, he'll have a couple, but nothing crazy. Move Caleb McGarry laterally from Tyquan and Dale Diego to minimize his ability to create a massive hole in the B gap. Of course, that's what Caleb McGarry is best at. Outside of being able to kick back and really make it hard for what is called those guys like Taylor Lewis and Dale Diego to turn upfield. But if they're able to move ladder around him, then it'll be really hard for him to actually get him to get upfield to run block. It's like the complete opposite when you think of run defense and what is called pass blocking. So yeah, that's what I got there for the Colts. Time for the Falcons. All right, Taylor Heineke not having a Christmas Eve repeat. They got blown out last year on Christmas Eve. Of course, that being the Commanders. Taylor Heineke was pretty bad, so don't do that again. And they're gonna have to run the ball a ton and have a lot of good run plays. So I mean, basically do what the Panthers did last year. So 300+ rushing yards. Defensively though, Gardner Minshew throw over the deep middle. I'm talking like 35 yards. Like he's got to unload there. And yeah, because that's where Jesse Bates is, and he'll knock some of those passes down. 4+ for him. That's all I got for the Falcons, guys. Time for the Packers and the Panthers. Yeah, this is close to a tank bowl, but thankfully it isn't because the Packers are technically still in the race. And the Packers will be going to Carolina to not look like the Falcons last week. They come in at 6-8, loses with back-to-back games against subpar competition. I mean, the Bucs are okay, but still, 6-8 on the season. Their defense is all in the hot seat, really, because outside of Rashawn Gary and maybe Jair Alexander, to be completely honest, and Carrington Valentine, all those other guys could get just completely released. I mean, maybe outside of Kenny Clark too. So, and maybe Devondre Campbell, and maybe Quay Walker, but whatever, a good amount of guys. But Joe Barry, he's on probably a hotter seat than even Brandon Staley was. Because, yeah, this Packers defense puts up a subpar performance against the worst offense in the league. No, second worst. They're not the worst. The Jets are. They're good. Because, again, yeah, he's gone if that happens. But Panthers, of course, they have followed a pattern this year where basically they lose 6 straight games because, again, they're bad. Then they pull something out of their butt and they win. But, again, the win happened last week. So, this game is probably going to be like, I don't know, really boring game. So, yeah, don't expect much from it. But Panthers did win last week. Packers, of course, they got owned by Baker Mayfield, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns against them. But either way, this game will be at 1 o'clock on Fox, the Fox Sports app, NFL Plus, your streaming services for this game. Obviously, it's Christmas, Fox, so you're probably getting some really wacky intro or wonky intro, one of the two. Chris Myers, Robert Smith, Jen Hale on the call for Fox. Obviously, it is going to be a C game because, again, no one's going to want to watch this game. It's going to be really boring. But either way, it will be in green. You got both basically literally kind of North Carolina and South Carolina. You get all Wisconsin, and then going down into Illinois. Looking at it, though, in Charlotte, you've got 59 degrees, partly cloudy, so pretty average temperatures for this game. Packers, please don't blow this. I mean, maybe that'll be good for me, but whatever. Packers starting lineup. And for the Packers, Jordan Love, the quarterback. Sean Clifford is backup. Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon's questionable. Emmanuel Wilson, Luke Musgrave, what is it called? David Bakhtiari, Luke Tenuta. What is it called? Yeah, those guys are on IR with Christian Watson, Dazzle, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, also both questionable. Romeo Dobbs, Malik Keith, Samori Torre at receiver. Tucker Kraft, Ben Sims, the tight end. Rasheed Walker, Elton Jenkins, Josh Meyer, John Runyon, Zach Tom across the offensive line. Kenny Clark, Carl Brooks could start with TJ Slayton questionable, as well as Devontae Wyatt right defensive end. Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary off the edge. Lucas Finesse is also there. Devondre Campbell's out. Tim McDuffie, Quay Walker, linebacker. What is called Jair, Ruby Ford are both questionable. Darnell Savage is out. Eric Stokes is back healthy though, as well as Corey Valentine and Carrington Valentine. What is it called? Anders Carlson, Daniel Blumen are their kicker and punter. Their returner, Gene Reed, is questionable. Keyshawn Nixon will probably be doing both duties anyway. And Matt Orsick is their long snapper. And for Carolina, Bryce Young at quarterback, Chewbacca, Miles Sanders in the backfield, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo, G.J. Chark Jr. at receiver, Laviska Shenault Jr., Giovanni Ricci, Chandler Zavala, Brady Christensen, Justin McCray, Austin Corbett, Henry Anderson, Luigi Violania, something like that, Vilan, Shaq Thompson, Chandler Wooden, Claudin Churlius, DeCarpio Boodle. Those guys are on IR, as well as Tommy Tremble at tight end. Ian Thomas is questionable. Ikem Ekwonu, Cade Mays, Bradley Bozeman, Nash Jensen, and Taylor Moan across the offensive line. Deshaun Williams, Shai Tuttle, Derek Brown across the defensive line. Brian Burns, Anna Churgos, Montos Amari Barno, Marcus Sain Jr., senior off the edge. Deion Jones, Frankie Louvu are your linebackers. Dante Jackson, Jeremy Chin, C.J. Henderson, Jesse Horn at corner. Sam Ringland Jr. is questionable, as well as Xavier Woods and Von Bill at safety. Eddie Pinheiro is your kicker. Your punter is Johnny Hecker. Amir Smith-Marset, Rasheem Blackshear are your returners. J.J. Jansen is also your long snapper. For the Packers offense, Jordan Love for throwing for over 300 yards. Again, having a good day. Aaron Jones, 2+ touchdowns. Getting the ball in the red zone and putting up 25 points by the end of the third quarter. Should give this offense enough room for error because, again, this defense shouldn't be too bad. No, they're going to suck. Stand Bryce Young. Don't do what the Panthers, Falcons did. Make Thielen win vertically. Again, if he's not going to beat you over the top, just make him do that. And no Chuba Hubbard third down conversions on over 4 yards. Again, that would be completely ridiculous if you give 5-yard runs on third down. And don't blow a 2-score lead. Again, that could happen, but just don't. Time for the Panthers. Alright, for the Panthers, more than 9 points and a touchdown. That would be very promising. Miles Sanders, 50+ touches. Simply because, again, to be completely honest, guys, they're going to have to get the ball to both the running backs in this game because, again, the Chuba Hubbard would be super predictable. Maybe Miles Sanders being there because he's been so bad this year, they might actually be able to fake him out with it. And, of course, get the ball to Jonathan Mingo because he's really the only receiver, at least at this point in the year, who's really worth a damn. Outside of Adam Thielen, but, like, he's kind of cooked. Defensively, though, Brian Burns taking over the game, whatever he can do to do that. And another win for a gift to the teams in the NFC playoff race. I mean, for the Rams, I guess, but I really don't care about the Packers because, I mean, they're like a game and a half behind us right now. With all that said, time for the first national game preview. All right, well, Lions, all you gotta do is win. You've got a 30-year drought snapped. Pretty easy, right? Lions will head to Minneapolis for their first meeting against the Vikings this year. It will be the NFL on Fox doubleheader game 1 because, again, Fox has this Christmas Eve doubleheader. But, yeah, the Lions at 10-4 coming in, of course, off their best performance of the season, blowing the doors off the Broncos. Jared Goff throwing 5 touchdowns for just the second time of his career. The other team that is called Jared Goff threw 5 touchdowns again was also in a historic game for the Rams, in which he beat the Vikings, of course, 30-31. He was unbelievable that game. Probably have to do that again. This Vikings defense has been unbelievable this year as well. But obviously last week, not so much. They gave some big plays. Obviously the top 10 play from T. Higgins for that touchdown. But they also lost in overtime with, of course, their dude, Nick Mullins, a quarterback. But if the Lions are able to win this game, it would help the Rams a lot because they can actually clinch next week. If, again, we talked about the other game too. But Lions, you win. You get the division. So I mean, you really need to win this one. But again, it is a national game, 1 o'clock on Fox, the Fox Sports app, and it will push your streaming services for this game. The Game Break show will be in between this game, the end of this game, and the start of the other game. So again, maybe stay tuned around for that, for those highlights. Announcing it will be Kenny Albert, Jonathan Miller, Shannon Spake. ESPN Radio will have Steve Levy and Mike Tannenbaum on the call. Yeah, that song. But that's not who Mike Tannenbaum is, if you didn't know. He's definitely not him. But, well, maybe he is. But still, yeah. Either way, for the map, it will be in red. You've got most of the country getting this game because, again, it is the NFL on Fox doubleheader game 1, and it is a massive game. With all that said, though, last year when the Lions went to Minneapolis, it was not too good because they blew a 24-14 lead in the fourth quarter, and the Vikings went on to win, what was it, after that game? 7 straight counting that game, and they obviously won the NFC North as well. So, I mean, last time they played, the Lions, They kind of took it to them. They won 34-23, but I mean that's when they had Kirk Cousins, so you never really know what happens in this one. Time for the Lions starting lineup. For the Lions, Jared Goff, a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater is his backup. Nate Sudfeld, Donovan Knight, Shane Zylstra, Matt Nelson, Habo Vaitai, James Houston, Ali McNeil, Cedar Garner Johnson, and Scott Daly all on IR with David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs in the backfield. Amon St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Josh Reynolds at receiver. Sam Laporta, Brock Wright is out. Jason Kavanaugh, I think he said he's on IR, whatever, I usually miss him. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Graham Glasgow, Panay Sewell across the offensive line, Aiden Hutchinson, John Kaminsky, Josh Pascal, and Romeo Cora off the edge. Isaiah Bugs and Nino Jones are their defensive tackles, with Jack Campbell, Alex Barnes, Derek Barnes is doubtful, Jalen Reese-Maven, of course, got his first sack 2 weeks ago, could be starting, as well as Cameron Stein, Kalen Dorsey, and Phil Dorsey, my bad, Jerry Jacobs is out. So, I mean, maybe Kendall Vildor, Stephen Gilmore, of course, Stephon Gilmore's brother at corner, as well as Fenny Mufano, do not know how he's starting, as well as Kirby Joseph. Bro, please come back, C.J. Garner Johnson. Don't have him start. Again, he started back in 2020, I think. Oh, he's still on IR. All right. Michael Badgley at kicker. Their punter is Jack Fox. Khalif Raymond, Craig Reynolds are their returners, and Jake McQuaid is their long snapper. Yeah, Nick Mullins is starting. Ty Chandler, Alex Madison's questionable. Keen Duong behind him. Captain Kirk. Cam Akers, this dude, Oda. Dean Lowry, James Lynch, William Konechnu, Connect something like that. Jordan Hicks, Marcus Davenport, those dudes are on IR. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, receiver. Jalen Naylor and Malik Knowles are both out. TJ Hawkinson, a tight end. CJ Ham at fullback. Christian Darrisaw, Dalton Reisner, Garrett Bradbury, Ed Ingram, Brian O'Neill's questionable. David Questenberry is the backup right tackle. Jaquel Roy, both starters, and Harrison Phillips and Jonathan Pollard are both questionable. Sheldon Day and Chris Tunga are the only healthy backups. Dino Hunter, DJ Wana off the edge with Troy Dye. Ivan Pace Jr. is questionable. Brian Asamoah is his backup. Caleb Evans, Andrew Booth Jr., and Mekhi Blackson are your corners with Brian Murphy Jr. still out. Cameron Bynum and Harrison Smith are your safeties. A lot of stuff wrong there. Greg Joseph is your kicker. Your punter is Ryan Wright. Brandon Powell, Keenan Wong is your returner, and Andrew Dopola is your long snapper. For the Lions, Jared Goff lighting up the Vikings elite D to firmly put himself in the MVP conversation. Bro, please do that. I really want you winning MVP. I put it before the year. Come on, do it. And also getting the Lions their first division title in 30 years. Holy crap, it's been a long time. I wasn't alive when they did it. That's kind of how it tells you how long. Defensively, though, make Nick Mullins throw outside the numbers with Kirby posted on the 12 to 20-yard range, of course. So, Kirby Joseph has, the best range in the league. So, yeah, that'll always end in incompletion. Double TJ Hawkinson. He's killed every team. And Romeo Cora getting a sack for momentum shifting. Because, again, if he can get a sack, some other dudes are going to start believing they get a sack. Whether that's good or bad, it's confidence, and that's what this defense needs. Time for the Vikings. All right, Vikings offensively. Alex Madison, 10 plus carries in the first whistle goes off. Literally before. As much as you can do it in the first couple drives. JJ for over 150 receiving yards as well, and Jordan Addison catching 3+ touchdowns. Should be enough to win this game. Defensively, though, 8 sacks for 8 wins on the season. That's a lot. That's not going to be easy to do. Dino Hunter making Jared Goff second guess his reads with consistent hits on him. Because, again, Jared Goff has to, continue thinking about him. It's never good for, going through progressions. And, honestly, 17+ successful plays in the fourth quarter. Of course, that being for their defense, which is really hard to do. But maybe they do. So, all guys, the Vikings, guys. Time for the NFL on CBS. Cleveland, this is for you! Yeah, that's going to be Joe Flacco after the game. It's going to be really funny. And the Browns, actually, I think they can clinch the playoff spot. With that said, though, they come in at 9-5, have a game leg up on every single other team in the AFC. But they're facing off against the Texans, who, of course, are starting Case Keenum, who come in at 8-6 off of a dramatic overtime BS victory over the Houston Oilers. Yeah, that's what they played last week. But they are 8-6 on the season. This would be a game if they do win. They have a legitimate shot at making the playoffs, but definitely a game they're not favored in because the Browns are playing red-hot football. Obviously, outside Joe Flacco three picks last week, which is obviously a big factor. They really escaped at home over the Bears, but they're still 9-5 in the season again. Like I said, a loss would be really detrimental to their playoff hopes, but even if they do lose this game, it's not like the end of the world, but it's not going to be easy by any means. Again, this game will be at 1 o'clock on CBS, the NFL Plus, and the NFL Paramount Plus. My bad, that's a lot of NFLs. But the NFL on CBS is obviously this game. And, of course, with Christmas games, Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn will have their third NFL on CBS game of the year. No, second, actually. They had one back in Week 13. In Houston. That game was a thriller. Sports USA, Larry Kahn, Brandon Noble on the call for that. Okay. Now let's get into the map. It will be in red. Most of the country will be getting this game. You've got most of the Midwest out here in the remote areas, too. Then, obviously, going up into New England and stuff. A lot of countries getting this game like it should, because, again, it's the national game. State Farm Post-Game Show will be following the game again. Joe Flacco would probably be yelling something like Lamar and James did in the MEC if they're able to win this one. But, again, last time these two teams played was last year, actually, in Deshaun Watson's return. Again, that didn't happen this year. But, obviously, the Browns won 27-14 because the Texans sucked last year. And the game was really ugly, and it was really bad. And I doubt you'd want to go watch the highlights for it. But, yeah, let's get right into the Browns starting lineup. For the Browns, Joe Flacco, quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson is his backup. Deshaun, Nick Chubb, Jakeem Grant Sr., Jedrick Wills, Dawson Dean, Jack Conklin, DeJuan Jones, Maurice Hurst, Grant Delpit, Rodney McLeod. Those guys are on IR. Gerald Ford, Kareem Hunt in the backfield, as well as Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, my bad. Cedric Tillman, David Bell, and Marquise Brown. Good win, my bad. Michael Woods is still on the PUP list. David Njoku, Harrison Bryant at tight end. Gerald Christian, Joel Petonio is questionable. True Forbes is out. Michael Dunn, Ethan Pokey, Wyatt Teller, who's actually been the only healthy offensive lineman the whole year on this team, as well as James Hudson. Myles Garrett, Zadarius Smith, Alex off the edge. Ogbo Okoronkwo is out. Isaiah McGuire might get some snaps. I swear he has a sack. No, he doesn't. Dang it. Wait, where was it picked? I'm so interested in this. Oh, that was 4th round pick. All right, from Mizzou. Dalvin Tomlinson, Jordan Elliott at defensive tackle. JOK, Anthony Walker Jr. and Jordan Kanuschek are both out, so Tony Fields might start. Decent tackler, as well as Sione Taki. Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson Jr., Greg Newsome at corner. Juan Thornhill's out, Ronnie Hickman and Deontay Bell are both starting. That's not a very good group. Dustin Hopkins, Corey Workus are their kicker and their punter. Their returners are James Prochet and Pierce Strong Jr. Charlie Hewlett is also their long snapper. And for Houston, CJ Stroud is still out. Case Keenum again will start. Devin Singletary, Damon Pearson in the backfield. Nico Collins, questionable. Noah Brown, Robert Woods, Xavier Hutchinson, a receiver. Tank Dell, Jesse Matthews, Troy Harrison, Tigger Quintariano, G.J. Scafie Jr., Titus Howard, Kendrick Green, Jared Patterson, Killian Zeeler, also Kenyon Green, Son Ridgeway, MJ Stewart, Eric Murray, Graylin Arnold, Tavir Thomas, all those dudes are on IR, as well as, Dalton Schultz, Brevin Jordan, tight end, Andrew Beckett, fullback, Larry Tunsil, Juice Scruggs, Michael Teeter, Shaq Mason, George Fant, round out your offensive line. Will Anderson is out. Derek Brown, Jerry Hughes, Jonathan Granado, healthy though. Is Dylan Hart on the PUP list? Oh, he's on the other thing. Alright. Don't ask what the hell happened there, but, oh yeah. Christian Harris is healthy, though. Denzel Perriman's questionable. DeVell Hewitt is his backup. Jake Hansen will probably start with Blake Cashman out. Or Henry 202. They might give the rookie a shot. Steven Nelson, Derek Stingley Jr., D'Angelo Ross, probably more like a Desmond King, though, in the slot. Jimmy Ward, Jalen Patriot are your safeties, as usual. Aaron Amos has found his way over to Houston, as well as Kyrie Fairbairn, and your kicking your punter is Cameron Johnston. Desmond King is your returner, and John Weeks is also your long snapper. Cleveland offensively, Joe Flacco, no turnovers in the 4th quarter. That would be crucial. Jerome Ford being at least average. He hasn't been good like the past 5 weeks. And Amari Cooper continuing to make big plays. He's their catalyst for that on offense. Defensively, though, get over the road woes with a fast start and some decent reps from Amari Emerson Jr. against the wide #1 target. Of course, that being the, that's basically whenever the slot receiver is #1 target, Amari Emerson Jr. is making some nice plays on it. More importantly, they got to get out to a fast start. No sluggish crap. Because if you get out sluggish, you're not going to really get it back from it. Now let's look at the Texans. Whoa, Texans offensively. No CJ. But if you have Case Keenum, don't run really anything unless you can get the ball to Devin. And obviously, Noah Brown's your best receiver right now. Defensively, Steven Nelson bouncing back. He was not great last week. Derek Stingley regaining the confidence at the catch point. Of course, when the ball is thrown there, he's been really good. Last week, though, just didn't see the same juice that I'm used to seeing from him there. And Jonathan Grenard, 60+% win rate on this speed chop set up by a staff planting his outside foot early. The reason he plants his outside foot early is because, again, it makes the, tackle anticipate it later in the game, which means he can use that chop speed move, which is basically where he hesitates, then he goes right into the grill of the tackle and just completely, knocks their arms down, vertically like a tomahawk, and then he's off field getting to the quarterback like that. All you got for the Texans, though. Now let's get into the later afternoon games. Time for the Jags and Bucs. Alright, low-key could be the best game of the week. The Jags 8-6, lose to 3 in a row. I'd say they're desperate, but their last 2 games are paper soft, so even if they finish 10-7, there's a good shot they could win the division. But yeah, this is definitely not the easiest game for them. They definitely need to win it, but it's a battle for Florida outside of Miami, actually. The Dolphins are by far better than both these teams. But the Bucs coming in at 7-7. Are red hot, winners of 3 in a row, so losers of 3 in a row versus winners of 3 in a row in Tampa Bay. Of course, Baker Mayfield is making his case for being a great quarterback this year. Holy crap, was he great last week. 381 yards, 4 touchdowns. Perfect pass rating, first ever road quarterback to ever do that in Lambeau. This game will be at 4:05 on CBS, and Plus and Paramount Plus will be your streaming services for this singular regional Week 16 late afternoon window game, even though, again, it is on Christmas Eve, so yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Announcing it will be Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. But looking at the map in a second, there we go. It'll be in blue, and actually, surprisingly, not much of the country's getting this game. Obviously, Green Bay, because again, their playoff hopes, as well as the Vikings, could reside in this game. And Indy, because again, playoff hopes with the Jags and crap. Houston's not getting this game, which is kind of weird, but also the Saints, because again, NFC South, as well as both the NFC Souths, Falcons and Panthers, and again, of course, you got obviously most of Florida getting this football game. What is it called? Weather in Tampa, 71 degrees, mostly cloudy, wind to 13 miles an hour. So, again, the wind's a little higher than it was back in Week 13 when the Bucs hosted a 4:05 game. But I'm going to say it's going to be a similar type of game time thing like that there. But looking at how these two teams played back in 2019, the Bucs won 28-11 when they were also starting to get hot. Over the Jaguars, of course, had Gardner Minshew. It was not a very close game at all. Nick Foles started most of the game. But yeah, if you're a Jaguars fan, you got to win this game, guys. Time for their starting lineup. For the Jags, Trevor's questionable. C.J. Beathard's their backup. Travis Etienne Jr., Jonas Johnson in the backfield. Calvin Ridley, Parker Washington, Jamal Agnew are the healthy receivers. J.J. Jones is questionable. Christian Kirk, Jalen Moore, Cooper Hodges, Ventrell Miller, Chris Braswell are all on IR with, Evan Ingram, Luke Farrell, tight end. Brendan Strange is questionable. Walker Little, Urza Cleveland. I don't know how we got over here. Luke Fortner, Brandon Scherf, Anton Harrison across the offensive line. Adam Gotsis, Lorenzo Faticasi, Roy Robertson Harris across the defensive line. Josh Allen, Traylon Walker, Kayvon Chase, and Shaquille Quarterman off the edge. Devin Lloyd and before I say Luakong at linebacker. Tyson Campbell's questionable. Trey Herndon behind him. Andrew Cisco is also questionable. Daniel Thomas behind him, as well as Darius Williams and Trey Herndon and Martarik Brown at corner. Again, with Tyson Campbell questionable. Chris Claybrooks is still on the PUP list. Brandon McManus is their kicker. Their punter is Logan Cook. Their returner is Jamal Agnew. And their long snapper is Ross Nadajik. For Tampa, Baker, quarterback, Kyle Trask is backup, Rashad White, Chase Edmonds in the backfield, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Trey Palmer, receiver, Raheem Garrett, something like that, Jarrett, my bad, Russell Gage, Jerrine Jensen, all on IR with, K-Dine, tight end, Tristan Norris, Aaron Steeney, Robert Hainsey, Cody Mouch, Luke Gedeke across the offensive line, Pledge, Kansas, Vita Vea, Logan Hall across the defensive line, William Golson's questionable, Yaya Diaby will start, as well as Joe Tryon, Troy Inca, and Shaquille Bear, and Anthony Nelson off the edge, Levante David, and Devin White are your linebackers, as well as Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, Carlton Davis at corner. Antoine Winfield Jr. is questionable. Kayvon Merriweather and Ryan Neal also at safety. Chase McLaughlin is your kicker, your punter is Jake Camarda. Devin Tompkins is your returner, and Zach Schreiner is your long snapper. For the Jags, Trevor throwing for over 300 yards without a turnover. That would be nice. Travis Etienne Jr. Over 120 total yards. They need him to do that. And score 30+ to snap this 3-game skid with three to go. Of course, that basically technically meaning 2 games to go after this, but really 3 because, again, they really need to win that wildcard game. Defensively, Trayvon Walker being more consistent with the chop/scissor moves before setting up his bull rush. Again, he can't simply just go into it because it's just not going to work. They're going to know what's going to come. But defensively, Rayshawn Jenkins being not that in coverage. He's been like that the past 5 weeks. Please stop sucking. Now let's talk about the Bucs, even though he had a pick last week. And for the Bucs offense, can find the middle of the field so that Baker can unload outside, basically just chucking bombs, and make a statement for the division, blow them out, basically. Defensively, somebody doing something in the secondary. I don't really know who to expect to do because, again, all of the guys are either injured or suck. Devin White, 50+ tackles. Yeah, that would be really good for him. And Vita Vea having a couple tackles for loss because, again, he is a beast. But, yeah, the Bucs really can actually get a really good spot this week. They're still going to beat the Saints next week, so that's still on the horizon. So, I mean, don't put it all out there, but give them the Jags game this week. That's all I got for the Bucs. Time for another Tank Bowl. Oh, yeah, we got a battle of 2 quarterbacks that all they do is run. And, yeah, you obviously see that both teams don't like that. They're tanking right now, guys. Yep, Tank Bowl number 7. Let's go! And it's a Chicago Tank Bowl! Yeah, the Bears at 5-9 coming off a bad loss despite them playing their best football in probably the past 3 or 4 years. Over the past couple weeks, they're 5-9. Their playoff chances are done. Cardinals 3-11. They've been challenged all year. That's the best way I can put it. But at least they kind of showed some competitive spirit against the Niners, even though they did get blown out. Really, all things said. They're 3-11 coming in. They're really tanking right now. Please lose out so you can get Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, not for the Rams. The Rams don't want to cover him, but like for the sake of your guys' team. The game will, though, again, the Bears, the Darno Mooney, the Mooney, Mary, the Hell Mooney, whatever you want to call that was very close to happening. Obviously, though, Mooney did not do anything there. He kicked the ball out of the end zone, so, right into the hands of that linebacker, so, I think it was Tony Fields. Whatever, they lost. This game will be at 4:25 on Fox. The Fox NMO Plus will be your streaming services if you really want to stream this game. Announcing it will be Kevin Kugler, Mark Sanchez, and Laura Oakman. I really know Mark Sanchez is going to really get on Justin Fields because he can't freaking read a defense still. I'm looking at it, though. You really have to, like, really be in some really specified area to actually get this game. You got the blue area for all of Arizona and very eastern SoCal, something like that. In San Diego, basically. And obviously you got the really, like, remote parts of Illinois, I guess. I really don't know what to say about that. And then the weather in Chicago will be 51 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour wind, partly cloudy, or actually cloudy. Whatever. This game sucks. They played back in 2021, though, in Chicago. Cardinals won 33-22. Andy Dalton, of course, the former Bears starting quarterback, threw 4 interceptions. Oh, my God. But, Kyler Murray had a couple. I think he had, like, 3 in total. James Conner also had a really nice catch as well. But, yeah, with all that said, time for the Cardinals starting lineup. For Arizona, Kyler at quarterback. Wait. Oh, he's going to play. That's what I thought. Clayton Tuna as well. James Conner, Amari DiMarcano in the backfield. Marlon Mack, John Gaines, Pat Elflein. Leaky Fodu, Carlos Watkins, LJ Collier, Josh Woods, Kaiser White, Bobby Price, Rashawn Fenton, Kyler McMichael. All those dudes. And Matt Hembrow. I can't forget about him. Those guys are on IR. What it's called, Marquise Brown still out. Greg Dortch is questionable. So that means only Zach Pascal, Michael Wilson, Ryan Moore are the healthy receivers. Trey McBride, Elijah Higgins, the tight end, as well as DJ Humphrey, Tryson Colon, Elijah Frolot, Warren Hernandez, Paris Johnson Jr. across the offensive line, Zayvon Collins, my bad, John Ledbetter, Roy Lopez, Kevin Strong, Cameron Thomas, Dante Stills off the edge, as well as B.J. Ojolari. Owen Papo, I swear he has 4 sacks, right? Yeah, he does. Owen Papo, Chris Barnes, and, Dennis Garnick at linebacker. Victor Dimenji is questionable, as well as Antonio Hamilton Sr. and Andre Chachuri, something like that. Cheryl Clark, Starling Martin, Thomas, let me get this right. There we go. Starling Thomas, Garrett Williams is out. Judah Baker, Jalen Thompson are their safeties. Matt Prater is their kicker. Blake Gillikin is their punter. Greg Dortch is again questionable. And Andrew Brewer is their long snapper. And for Chicago, Justin Fields, a quarterback. Tyson Bagent, something like that, is his backup, as well as Dante Foreman questionable. Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert are your running backs, as well as Travis Homer being questionable. Joe Reed, Yannick Ngakoue, both those dudes on IR. I think Yannick's out for the season. Yeah, he's definitely out for the season. TJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, Equity St. Brown's out. Tyler Scott will probably start. Cole Kmet's questionable. Robert Tonyan's his backup. Kari Blasingame is your fullback. My bad. Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins is out. Cody Whitehair will probably start, as well as Lucas Patrick, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright. Again, Tevin Jenkins is also out. No, same player. Why is Cody Whitehair not starting, bro? He's like the oldest guy on this team. What the heck, man? Yeah, he's really old now. What is he, 32? He hasn't been healthy for like 3 years. Like, yeah, he's back up now, I guess. DeMarcus Walker, Andrew Billings, Justin Jones, Montez Sweat, Dominique Robertson, Rasheem Green off the edge. Andrew Billings, Justin Jones on the defensive tackles, as well as the rookies and Gervon Dexter Sr. and Zach Pickens. T.J. Edwards, Terrain Edmonds, and Jack Sanborn at linebacker. Noah Sewell is out. Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, basically a whole healthy secondary, as well as Tyreek Stevenson. Kyler Gordon is the slot. Eddie Jackson, Jaquan Brisker are looking not to get burned like third quarter and fourth quarter last week. Carlos Santos, again, getting that 4-year, $16 million extension, is your kicker. Trenton Gill is your punter. Trent Taylor and Taylor Scott is your returner, as well as Patrick Scales doing those long snapping duties. For the Cardinals offense, Kyler going for over 400 total yards, but still losing, and James Conner 4+ touchdowns. Yeah, do whatever you can to put up a ton of numbers, but still lose this football game, because, guys, you need Marvin Harrison Jr. Defensively, give up 40 and say that you were feeling the holiday spirit. Of course, that's being for the Bears, because you felt bad to get the Mooney Mary, whatever it was. The Hail Mooney next week. This week, again, at the half, because, again, they don't have it come down close. But give up 40 points. That would be really funny, because, again, your offense needs to score, too. Time for the Bears. Bears defense. Don't lose. Please lose. Well, I don't really care. It depends. Justin for over 100 on the ground. Again, that would be nice. And DJ Moore hitting off 12, 125 0 yards. I don't know what that means, but I think that's pretty good. Defensively, don't get torched. Yeah, you're going to get torched. 4+ picks as Andy Dalton put you guys in the situation back in 2021. Reverse it. Like, you know how, like reverse, like, it goes the other way? That's kind of what you need. And Montez Sweat, 3+ sacks, because, again, the Bears fans need all the stuff they can get, at least at this point. Guys, shut up about your freaking team. You're not that good. Time for America's Game of the Week, an actual good game. Cowboys and Dolphins. Here we go. Alright, can the Cowboys win on the road, or will the Dolphins put up 70? We'll just have to wait and see. It is the Week 16. Oh, yeah, bro. Holiday America's Game of the Week. Let's go! And for Dallas, they will head to, Miami Gardens to face off against the Miami Dolphins, coming off a very, 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 very dominating 30-0 win over the New York Jets. Of course, their 3rd straight home game. They come in at 10-4. Cowboys, of course, they're also 10-4. Had their, what was it, 6? I don't even freaking care. Their winning streak snapped last week in Buffalo, where they got absolutely ran over, stop rolled, beaten up. They sucked. And obviously, they're looking to bounce back here against the Dolphins. But this game will be going on at 4:25 on Fox, the Fox Sports app, NFL Plus, or streaming services for this new Christmas Eve America's Game of the Week. Of course, they played in that last year. They went into they were actually home against the Eagles and they won, but obviously they're on the road now because again they can't win on the road. So see what happens. But we again looking at the announcers: Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olsen, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi. Looking at the map, it will be in red. You've got all of the country basically getting this game. It's not even close. Looking at it though, it's going to be 74 degrees, a little bit of wind, 10 miles per hour, and cloudy. So it'll be kind of odd for this game. It's not going to be as odd as it was last year. Again, kind of a random Christmas game last year, but whatever. Obviously though, the Dolphins, they lose this game, they're going to be pissing their pants because the Bills will be right on their butt going into next week and then the week after that too. So holy crap, yeah, the Dolphins and Bills, they lose this game, be really bad. But with all that said, the Dolphins, of course, last time they played the Cowboys was back in Dallas. Back in 2019, in which the Cowboys won 31-6 because, again, the Dolphins were taking. But they still finished 5-11, and the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs. Oh, my God. Time for the Cowboys starting lineup. All right, for Dallas, Dak Prescott, quarterback. Cooper Rush is his backup. Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle in the backfield. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup at receiver. David Durden, Sean McKeon, Josh Ball, Matt Weissico, Valimi Foco Jr., LVE, DeMarvion Overshown, CJ Goodwin, and Trayvon Diggs all on IR. What is it called? Jake Ferguson, Luke Schumacher, tight end. Hunter Lubicki is their fullback. Tyron Smith is doubtful. Chuma Dugo behind him, as well as Tyler Smith and Tyler Biadasz. Zach Martin is questionable. TJ S is behind him, as well as Terrence Steele, right tackle. Jonathan Hankins, oh crap, he's out. You have no one to stop the run. Mozzie Smith actually do something, as well as Ozo Digizua. Osa is not that much of a run stopper either. Torrance Armstrong and DeMarcus Lawrence. Damone Clark, Marquise Bell, who's like 200 pounds. Bro, he's so freaking light. And Micah Parsons at linebacker. Rashawn Evans might actually start, even though he's bad in coverage. Stephon Gilmore, Jordan Lewis, Jerron Bland, Deshaun right at corner. Blake Hooker's questionable. Donovan Wilson behind him, as well as J.R. Kirsten Strong safety. Your kicker, or their kicker, my bad, is Brandon Aubrey. Brian Eggers, their punter. Kavante Turpin's their returner. And Trent Sieg is their long snapper. And for Miami, Tua quarterback. Mike White is his backup. Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane in the backfield. Tyreek Hill's questionable, as well as Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson Jr. And Braxton Barrows, the receiver. Eric Ezukama is out. Jarvis Wright, Julian Hill at tight end. Alec Ingold at fullback. Teron Smith, Robert Jones, what is called Liam Eichenberg, Robert Hunt is out. Robert Jones, again, probably started both spots. Maybe Lester Cotton. As well as Austin Jackson being questionable. Isaiah Wynn, Connor Williams, Jalen Phillips, Zeke Vandenberg, and Jaron Ford, as well as Keon Crossan on IR. Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, Zach Sealer across the defensive line. Andrew Van Ginkel, Bradley Chubb, and Cameron Goody off the edge. Manuel Ogba is also questionable. David Long Jr., Channing Tindall are your linebackers. Xavier Howard's questionable. Nick Needham, Cater KO, Jalen Ramsey, Cam Smith is questionable. Javon Holland, Elijah Campbell are both questionable. Brandon Jones and Deshaun Elliott are the healthy safeties at least. Jason Sanders is your kicker. Your punter, Jake Bailey. Braxton Barrows is your returner. And Blake Ferguson is your long snapper. Alright, for the Cowboys offense, 35 plus minutes on the field. Yeah, you guys got to be able to control the clock because, again, your defense will probably have the ball ran down your throats. So, again, if that's minimized, again, that would be a lot better than, again, having to, like, make plays every single drive. Make Jalen Ramsey come up to make a play. You do not want him to have sitting back there because, again, if you can sit back there and just, like, pick off every Dak pass, not going to end well for you guys. And, what is find ways to convert on third and short at 80% clip, plus clip. Again, those can be touchdowns, too. They just got to figure out how to get that third down going really well on third and short because, again, fourth and short, that's just not their thing right now. They can't get in those situations. If you don't have this defense, simply stop the run. I mean, guys, if they can do that, they should be fine. But will they? Huge question. And if they can't, they're screwed. Now let's look at the Dolphins. And for Miami, don't run the ball and get the ball to Tyreek. Yeah, well, yeah, you might want to run the football. But, yeah, still get the ball to Tyreek. I still think you guys can beat them by getting the ball to him, obviously, if you can. And maybe 2 touchdowns for Jalen Waddle. That's just for fantasy. I'm just saying. It would do well for me, too. Defensively, though, make Dak find a third option on third down. Because, again, he only can get the 2 reads before he's like, oh, crap, I'm about to get sacked. So, that might be good for you guys. Jalen putting a hurting on TD under 3 catches. Again, Jalen Ramsey on CeeDee Lamb would be great. And don't give up any big plays. Because you don't do that, I think your offense will have a good time running the football. Which means you will be fresh. And, again, giving up big plays is not a good way to help that. That is all I got for the Dolphins now. And, yeah, now let's get into the NFL Network Holiday Classic, bringing us into Christmas. All right, Christmas Eve, Patriots spoiling the Broncos season and also ruining their tank. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's on. Oh God, it's probably gonna snow. And yep, it is the NFL Network Holiday Classic as the 3-11 Patriots look to wrap up their season strong. Oh no, they're trying to tank, but they will take on the Denver Broncos on the road, who are 7-7, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. They went out and they got some help. Maybe they get in, but yeah, they're looking to what is it called? Stay in it. But obviously last week they were again also what is it called? They get an extra day of rest, but they're coming in off of a rough loss in Detroit with a 42-17 thumping. Patriots, on their hand, they kind of kept it not really competitive against the Chiefs. 27-17 was the final. At least they picked off Mahomes twice, and I don't know, got a couple plays in there. But they are 3-11 coming into this one. It's been a disastrous season, and this could be Bill Belichick's at least one of his last starts. This game will be on at 8:15 on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Yeah, that's what's getting this game. Also, guys, if you want to watch the pregame, it starts at 6, not 7 for football in America. It's going to start at 6. Forget NFL game day kickoff, and then the post game will probably be on right after the game, so that'll be pretty interesting. Leading you guys all up to Christmas. Christmas, obviously, that's great. Again, this is Christmas Eve night. It'll be a great game. Again, the NFL Network Holiday Classic. Announcing it will be what is it called? Rich Eisen, Kurt Warner, Sherry Burst, and James Palmer. So again, they got their number 1 team on it. Front of Network West would have John Sadek and Ryan Harris. Looking at the weather in Denver, it's going to be 21 degrees, not warm at all. No wind. It's going to be a rough game. There's a good chance in at least the first, 2 minutes, you'll figure out who the heck actually wants to be on the field. And once you figure that out, you probably can figure out who the heck's going to win it. But the last time these two teams played was way back in 2020. The Broncos knocked up the Patriots 18-12 in what was a very ugly game, despite both quarterbacks throwing 2 interceptions and playing bad. Could they in this game? Yeah, very well. But with that said, let's get right into the Patriots starting lineup. And for New England, Bailey Zappi at quarterback, Mac Jones behind him. What is it called? Ronner Stevenson is out. What is it called? Zeke it will probably start, as well as Devontae Parker, Demario Davis. Juju is also out, so Jalen Reagor, again, is the third receiver. Matthew Slater's questionable. Kendrick Bourne, Trey Nixon, Tyron Wheatley Jr., Riley Reef, Cole Strange, Calvin Anderson, Daniel Cooley, what is it called? Ekele, or something like that. Matthew Judon, Isaiah Bolden, Therese Hall, Brandon, Marcus Jones, Raekwon McMillan, what is it called? Christian Gonzalez. All those guys are on IR. As well as what is called Hunter Henry being out. Mike Gesicki will start at tight end. Trent Brown's questionable. So, Connor McDermott's also out. Vederian Lowe could start, as well as Antonio Mafi, David Andrews, Sidney So, and Mike Onwenu across the offensive line. Juju Weiss Jr., Devon Gotcha, and Lawrence Guy Sr. are their defensive tackles. Defensive lineman Christian Barmore's questionable. All 3 of their starting linebackers are questionable. That means Christian Ellis, Martin Mapu, and Mac Wilson Sr. could all be starting. What is it called? Josh Uche is also off the edge, as well as what is it called? Chris Board. Jonathan Jones is questionable. Alex Austin is his backup, as well as Sean Wade and Miles Bryant. Drew Peppers will be out, as well as J.C. Jackson. So Jalen Mills will start, as well as Adrian Phillips and Kyle Duggar. Chad Ryland is their kicker. Their punters, Bryce Behringer, Miles Bryant, Jalen Reagor are their returners, and Joe Cardona is their long snapper. And for Denver, Russell quarterback, Javonte Williams, Samaje Perine in the back with Cortland, Jerry Jeudy, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Marvin Mims Jr. receiver. Tim Patrick, Jalen Virgil, Alex Polowski, something like that. I can't pronounce this dude's name. Jonas Griffith, K'Wan Williams, Caden Stearns, all on IR. With Adam Trotman at tight end, Michael Byrne at fullback. Your offensive line goes as Garrett Bowles, Ben Powers, Lloyd Cushenberry, Quinn Miners, and Mike McGlinchey. Jonathan Harris, T.J. Jones, Zach Allen across the defensive line. Nick Benito's out. Thomas Income or Jonathan Cooper, more likely Jonathan Cooper off the edge with Barrett Browning, as well as Josie Jewell and Alex Singleton at linebacker. Panthers stand Damari Mathis, not Damari Mathis. Jaquan McMillan and Fabian Moreau are your corners with Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson at safety. Your kickers, Will Lutz. Your punters, Riley Dixon. Your returners, Marvin Mims Jr. and Mitchell Frybani. Frybani is your long snapper. And for this Patriots offense, maybe pull off a Christmas miracle. That would be good. And 15 plus points in the second half, unlike the last win you had where you had 21 in the first half. But, yeah, this week they're not going to be able to score in the second half to keep up with this Broncos offense, and that's really their only chance. But we don't have this defense under 20 points allowed, which could happen again. It's really cold. Jonathan Jones can win it consistently, and, man, that's in the slot. He's got to make sure that these receivers don't get in the inside of him. If they're able to do that, he's going to have trouble. And then pick 6 miss. Yeah, a pick 6 would be really cool. But now let's look at the Broncos because, again, they're more likely to win this. But, yeah, Jonathan Jones playing well, and, again, a pick 6 miss would be pretty nice going into Christmas. Time for the Broncos. Broncos offense wrapping up this video. Russ for over 300 passing yards. They need him to be able to do that. Consistently driving the ball downfield. Javonte Williams getting going on the first drive. They need to get establish this running game. Russ going off play action, stuff like that. They got to get him going though. That of course being Javonte Williams. And Corin's 700 plus receiving yards. Just a solid day by him. Defensively though, Justin and Jaquan having a great night. Both of them. They both got to play outstanding and getting back into it. Getting back into it to win out. Again, if they're able to build up momentum with a game like this, who knows? They could still make the playoffs. But with all that said, that is all I got for the NFL Week 16 Sunday preview, of course. Christmas Eve. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a great night. The Christmas preview, yeah, that'll be coming out tomorrow. So, again, all 3 games will be going through, so just remember that. Again, Christmas preview is going to come out tomorrow. Again, when you got time, I guess, but the games will, of course, start at 1 o'clock, so all the preview for you guys is probably 10 a.m. That's probably when it'll come out as well, so Christmas preview probably come out at 12 tomorrow. Again, 10 tomorrow. I'll also have the recap of these games. I don't know when that'll come out, but the recap of these games will come out as well soon. Of course, tomorrow being Christmas. So, Christmas Day, you're going to get the preview for Christmas, the 2023 NFL Christmas Day, as well as the recap for these 10 games on Sunday, of course, that being Christmas Eve. But with that, guys, hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm very, thankful, and I really wish all you guys the best, obviously. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers and all that stuff. But, yeah, thank you so much, guys. And, obviously, have a Merry Christmas. With all that said, let's wrap this thing up with some Tyreek Hill magic, because, please, for God, torch the darn Cowboys. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great Christmas.
There it is to Hill. The whole brigade around him. Hill gets around Scandrick. Where can Hill go? Impossible! Touchdown, Kansas City! How do they do that? Oh my gosh! I've never seen that in my entire time in football, and I promise you, Jason Garrett hasn't either. That is a shocker. It was very late.